Good morning from very sunny Chichester. I'm Simon from BlackRock, and today I'm going to take you aboard this Jeanneau NC37 and show you what features this model has. This is a brand new boat. It's available for sale now, and the design of it from Jeanneau was mainly for the Northern Europe climate. So you have this upper living space area that's very social, that gives you a good view out. You've got a number of opening windows on the side and the side access door, as well as an electric roof, so you can allow for airflow coming in, but also in the winter months for your boating, you can keep it completely sealed as well. So it is a perfect boat for our climate. Just to show you a couple of features on the outside of it first. We've got this side access gate, perfect for starboard berthing. There's that one there. It is an asymmetric deck design, so it's wider on the starboard side than it is port, and it's also a sunken deck as well. So it does feel very safe when you're moving forwards. You'll see it a bit better when we go inside the boat. We've got a side access door to the helmsman, so for short-handed boating, it's particularly useful. In Chichester, we have it's locked access, so the helmsman, it is handy to be able to access this midship cleat. So if you're someone that generally boats as a couple, or you want to take the boat out on your own, this does make life a lot easier. Moving forwards, you'll see there's actually quite a lot of windows in the lower part of the boat as well, so not just the upper living space. You've got these sea vision windows here going round to the bow cabin, which we'll see from inside the boat. And as you'll see, this deck layout, you've got a decent guard rail all the way round. Again, as I said, it's wider on the starboard side than it is port, so you would favour this side for berthing. And you can see there's a recessed area in the bow to have some optional sunbeds fitted as well. They're not fitted on this boat, but that is something that we could add if that's what someone wanted. So you've got a couple of nice big chunky windscreen wipers for the inevitable rain in the UK sometimes, but very good visibility from inside that cabin, and it's a very usable boat for all times of the year, really. And that's what most of our customers that have bought these use them for, that 365-day-a-year boating. Right, let's go towards the stern of the boat now. We've got a very large bathing platform. The rear seat does slide back and forth depending on whether you'd like a larger platform or a larger cockpit, so that's a very clever design, and that does allow you to have some dinghy storage on the back if you wanted to. The platform doesn't raise or lower, it's fixed, but we have fitted solutions like hurley davits, snap davits, things like that for customers that do want a more permanent solution for their dinghy. We've got teak laid swim platform here and teak laid cockpit. We've got two storage lockers on the back here, or one really. That's a storage locker in here that's accessible from inside the boat as well. That's good for lines and fenders. And then we've got the shore power locker that's in there, and that's nice to keep that nice and neat and tidy. As you can see, we've got the full aft canvas package on it as well. But it's important to note that you don't just have to have this canvas all around the boat all of the time. So we've removed the door to show you that you can have this sun cap in place just to keep the sun off you in the summer months, or you can go underway with all the canvas in place. So it is very flexible. We've got a rear access gate here, so that's very good. Kids, dogs, things like that, keeping everyone safely inside the boat. We also have a cockpit deck shower here. That's hot and cold water. That is very useful. And as we get through into the cockpit, you'll see we've got a flexible table here. This is in its kind of narrowest format, but we can open that out to make it wider. An abundance of cup holders and a very nice social L-shaped seating area here. Currently, we've got our back bifold doors fully open, but this allows us to have not only doors open and close in this position, but also fully open. So you'll see, rather than like a conventional patio door that slides back and forth, you've still got your kind of single access door, but with the ability to fully open them as well, which is really, really nice. That locks in place there, and then that can lock in place there. So more than happy to use this boat underway with these doors either fully shut or fully locked in place. We've also got this window as well, which does open up, and that clips into place up here. That can be used whilst underway, or an anchor, or on a berth, and that really does open up the back of the boat. So for the days that you're kind of entertaining, or you just want more airflow, more space, then it's really nice to have everything opened up. In my view, it does give you the best of both worlds. So you can close everything up, or you can fully open it. I'll leave that up in that position for the time being. We've got a manual bilge pump down here. That's your CE rating here, and this particular boat is category B rated for 8 people, and category C rated for 10. We've got this outside kind of breakfast bar here with quite a lot of storage, which is handy. We've got this optional stool, which can be moved here as an extra seat, or this boat does have the ability to open out the table, drop the table, and then you can create another double berth here. So you'll see as we walk through the boat, at a push it would actually sleep 8 people, which is quite remarkable for a boat that's 37 feet, just shy of 12 meters. Galley area, we've got a nice lot of storage here. We've got bottle storage down in that cupboard, and that's all lit with LEDs. Got upstairs fridge here. There is also the ability to have another fridge on the lower deck area. You'll see that. Nice storage drawer with cutlery tray. We've got a gas grill and gas oven there, so you are self-sufficient. You're not reliant on having to be plugged into shore power, having generators, etc. for cooking. You can do that all whilst at anchor. And then we've got another cupboard here. We've got our gas shut-off valves in this corner, nice and easy to access, and then we've got a little bin here as well. Under the lid, neatly closed away, is a sink with hot and cold running water, and then double gas burner as well. We've also got a nice stainless splashback to keep everything wipe clean and free. Up here we've got this upper storage area. There's clips just on the bottom, and they're all on rams. We've actually got pegs to go in this section as well, so you can organise cups and plates, etc., so they're not going to fall out. One thing I didn't point out is this has got fitted carpets as well. These aren't actually the factory ones. These are ones that we've retrofitted, but I believe these are of a kind of a deeper pile, and personally felt that the colour works better with the boat. This is the walnut interior on this one. A lot of people seem to favour the darker wood because the cabin is so light anyway, and it does bring that more element of warmth. One very neat feature under here is access to another storage area. You could say this potentially is a third cabin, as a kind of an emergency bed or a kid's den, and this allows you to access straight down from the galley into that area. Currently it's set up with the 2 mattresses, but we sold a number of these now, and each customer has used them in a different way. So on one of them we actually put in dividers, so you could have crates stored down there, and when underway they weren't sliding around everywhere. So that's very useful and very easy to access. Put that down. Right, so moving through, you can see we've got quite a lot of indirect lighting around the boat as well. Strip lights up here, up there, and in the lower areas of the cabinetry. That's particularly nice at night because it gives you that ambient lighting. As the saloon is laid out as its social kind of seating space currently, you also have the ability on this seat to flip it and have a proper co-pilot seat for two people. It tends to be a two-handed job. That slots in place, and then you have a nice comfortable seat. You've got access to the window here on that warm sunny day, and you've also got a handrail and cup holders, so if it is, you know, a bit bouncy out, you feel like you've got something to hold on to. You've also got USB socket here, which is handy. That works off the 12-volt system, so you don't need shore power or anything like that for that. That's on the boat's power. This is quite a useful area that a number of our customers have used to put a chart on or something like that. That also has got light access to that cabin below. As we move across to the helm station, we've got extra cupboard here. That tends to be the skipper's cupboard where he keeps some tools, manuals, etc. That's very handy. We've also got this step that a lot of people don't notice down here, which allows you, depending on your height, to get better visibility up and down. I'll lock that back in place. And down in this corner, you probably won't see on the video, you've got emergency fuel shut-off valves as well. So that's important. If ever you did have an issue and needed to kill the engine, that allows you to cut the fuel off. Talking about fuel, this boat has a 650 litre fuel capacity. Decent sized helmsman seat, nice and wide, very soft, and then a good bolster as well, so you can either stand and kind of prop yourself up, or it's nice and deep and enough to pop your feet up here. So it's a very good position. This boat's fitted with the larger Volvo 270 horsepower engines. You've got your ignition and your start-stop buttons here. You've got your Volvo controls here as well. These are all fully electronic, so it's super smooth. The same as you've got full electric power steering as well. With the outdrives that are fitted on the boat and the ability to turn the wheel so easily, manoeuvrability on this boat is quite incredible, because you also have a bow thruster to use as well. We do have the ability to add a joystick. If someone wanted a joystick, that would normally be positioned here, and that locks the wheel into position, but allows you absolute full access to manoeuvre the boat just with a joystick. So that is potentially available to this boat. You just need to ask us the questions, and we can tell you about it. To talk to you about other Volvo bits, we've got two engine displays here. You can page through your fuel consumption, your fuel level, what the revs are doing, what your oil pressure is, everything that you'd expect from an engine gauge you can page through on here. But what's particularly nice about the NCs, and you don't tend to find this on some of the other competitor boats, is that you've also got analog dials as well. So you've got rev counters for each engine, you've got hour displays, you've got fuel for each. That is repeated on the Volvo, but it is nice to just have it there in full view. You've got your rudder reference point up here, and then you've got leg angle, because it's on legs, you can raise and lower the legs depending on the depth of water you're in, amongst other reasons, trimming. Other features that are up here, we've got windscreen wipers, washer jet, We've got air blower for the screen in case you had condensation on the inside of the screen. You can clear that pretty quickly with the air blower. This is the pressurized water system for the boat. So if you want water out the taps, you need to make sure this button's switched on. We've got a horn here. Let's just test that. Yep, that seems to be working. And we've got a forward and aft bilge pump as well. So they're automatic bilge pumps. Not to mention, you've also got a manual one on the stern as well, which I showed you. Battery parallel button, as if you needed to start. Join all the batteries together to be able to start the engine. So if you'd accidentally run the batteries flat because you've had the fridge on for too long, or the boat's not being plugged in properly, then you have the ability to do that. You've got rocker switch here for your navigation lights, and then this button switches all your navigation instruments on. So this has got the 12-inch Axiom plotter, and you can add elements to this as well. So you could add AIS to it, you could add radar to it. We'll need to fit a VHF radio when someone wants when we hand this boat over, and we can discuss the position of where that VHF goes with said customer. We've also got remote control for the anchor. So we've got up and down anchor here, and we've got a chain counter too, which is very useful because you then potentially don't have to have someone going forward to operate the anchor. Again, when there's a couple of you or just on your own, that's a real benefit. I'll show you this slide access door here, but I'll come back to this one in a minute. But as you can see, it's really easy to access the side deck. You've got the midship cleat there as well. So if you're single-handed, you do feel in control of what's going on. You can see there's a little LED deck light here as well, and they're all on the starboard side of the boat, which is particularly nice. Up here, you've got a fully electric opening roof. So on the days that are particularly nice in this country, and today is nice, albeit it's a little bit cold, you do have the ability where you can fully open that roof at the push of a button. You also have curtains here, of which you've got curtains that go all around the lower windows, and you've got a fly screen as well. So this particular boat, I think, is the best of both worlds. So you can enclose it for winter boating, and when it's warm, you can open everything up. So you can have the back open, as we've seen, you can have the roof open, we can have the side window open, and we can have the door. So it really is covering you for all eventualities. As we step further down into the boat, you'll see directly ahead of us we've got the master cabin. This is a good sized island bed. It is rectangular in size, so it's comfortable. It's kind of a true double rather than being pinched at the end, and you've got an abundance of storage around it as well in all these cupboards. You do have USB chargers here. You've got reading lights. You've got two opening deck lights, which is unusual for a boat of this size to have two, but they also come with fly screens and curtains, which is very good. Again, you can see the ambient lighting throughout, so it is particularly nice at night. And if you get the camera down here a little bit, then you can see these lower windows. So when you're sat in bed, that you do actually have a nice view out, and you've got an opening hatch on either side to give you that airflow that you may need as well. There's even a little stool down here where you can sit down, put your socks on, etc. But good amount of storage. Plus, you've got the storage under here as well, which is really useful. You know, of course, when you first get on the boat, you've got all your bags for your kit for the weekend or the week, and you need somewhere to instantly kind of put bits, and that's particularly handy. Under there is access to bow thruster and things like that, the service areas, but it's a really good storage area. We've got carpets throughout this area as well. You can see when Jeanneau designed this 37, because are likely to have 4 people on board, possibly 6 sleeping, even 8 possibly. They decided to give you a more generous size kind of bathroom and split heads arrangement. So you've got very nice freestanding sink here, again hot and cold water. You've got a good little cupboard. You've got a nice storage area up here with a rail on it as well, and then a decent sized shower that is usable with a proper perspex shower screen rather than a shower curtain. This shower head was put out of here, and there is somewhere to actually put it up as well, so you can pretty much have a stand-up shower. I'm about 6 foot and I could just about get away with that. As we move across to the other side of the boat, you can see that we've got the heads. This is a fully electric freshwater flush toilet, so it's nice and clean. It's not smelly, and you've also got your own separate little sink there as well. That is on a 80-litre holding tank, and it takes the freshwater flush from the onboard freshwater tank, which on this particular boat is 200 litres. As we I'll step across here first before I go into the second cabin. We've got boat systems up here, so we've got full kind of boat management display, which gives you water tank capacity and usage. It gives you current battery voltage. It gives you what the current draw are on the batteries, but that's a very useful display to have on board. This particular button is the pump out for the holding tank on the toilet. We've got our battery isolators here, so at the moment we've got the negative on, we've got the domestic on, so we've got all of our lights on, and these are the 2 engines, so each engine has its own individual battery. We've also got a fusion display here, so we've got speakers in the saloon and we've got speakers in the cockpit, and that allows you to connect your phone to, listen to the radio, kind of whatever you want. It's also networked into the plotter as well, so that allows you to control it from the Helm station or your phone. This cupboard, particularly handy. I'll describe it as the under the stairs cupboard, so it's a very good dumping ground. Again, different customers have used this in different ways. You can have an additional fridge put here if you need more fridge capacity, or we can fully shelve this out for you with trays, drawers, etc. to create other storage capacity for you. So that's there. We'll have a quick look under here. This is our kind of storage area, potentially emergency berth. Certainly younger kids absolutely love this space. It does feel like a real den. It does come with a little curtain as well, but you've also got natural light on the up in that porthole there, and then that is where we saw you can access through the saloon by the galley as well. Currently, it's got its mattresses put in, but as I said, we can remove the mattresses and just make that a storage area with dividers as well. So again, very useful, good use of space. We've got some little cupboards in the steps, so absolutely every area of this boat has been utilised. We'll now step into this aft cabin. Got hanging storage wardrobe here. We've got a really nice natural light window here and an opening window, so we get some airflow. Again, we've got USB socket in the corner. Up in the roof, we've got that opening hatch that goes into the saloon. That gives you some more natural light in, but again, bit more airflow. And you'll see from these 2 beds, at the moment they're set up for kind of a twin arrangement, but you also have the ability to put in a piece and make this a double as well. So there is an infill for this particular one. You've got 2 reading lights, a bit more ambient lighting. It's a good size for the size of boat. As we come back up through the cockpit, what I'm going to show you is the engine bay. This particular boat is fitted with the Volvo D4 270s. It's the larger of the engine options, and it's also the most efficient. Cruising speed on these are kind of between 25 and 27 knots if the sea state allows, and you're burning around 70 litres an hour. So if you work on the basis that you require a kind of a 20% contingency on long journeys, then you've got about 180 mile range on this particular boat, and you'll see them there. Everything's very accessible on this boat. You'll see dipsticks are kind of central. You've got strainers at the top there. Engineers do tend to find these particularly easy to service and work on, because you have got quite a lot of space around them. We've got a step down in. There's areas both mainly on the starboard side on this one to potentially put, you know, a generator or other options, and additional storage. And then there's a storage tray kind of just under there as well, between the two fuel tanks, that you can just about see. Fuel capacity, as I said, split across two tanks, is 650 litres, and that's of diesel. So it is quite an efficient boat to run, especially as it's diesel. This here, you'll probably notice these are scuppers, so if you did have a significant amount of water over the deck, then that's going to run down and go down these scuppers here, which are neatly covered by this teak grating there. So hopefully that's a really useful overview of the Jeanneau NC37. As I said, this is a brand new example. We've got it for sale down in Chichester. It's available to view. You'll probably see in the video in the background, we've got a number of Jeanneaus on display here as well. This boat is going to be sold with the full benefit of its Jeanneau and Volvo warranty. If you'd like to book a viewing, if you'd like to ask us some more questions about it, or if you just want to pop down, have a look and see what we've got to offer, then we look forward to meeting you, and I hope you enjoyed this tour.